Hello, and welcome to this presentation, which will explain the design, implementation, evaluation, and outcomes of a formal mentorship program created for students with intellectual disabilities enrolled at FIU Embrace at Florida International University. My name is Rumi Agarwal. I'm a doctoral student at FIU and a graduate research assistant for FIU Embrace and Brain Lab. Maite Capo, Laura Heron, Nicole Atong, and Dr. Shana Burke are other authors of this presentation. Let me begin with explaining the need for a formal mentoring program. Students with disabilities have been shown to have lower levels of post-secondary completion and graduation rates than students without disabilities. This has been attributed to challenges faced during the period of transition, resulting from limited access to resources and support. Although mentoring has been recognized as a valuable support mechanism for all students, literature in this area is sparse, especially in regards to programs designed for students with ID. Furthermore, although there is some understanding of the need to train mentors to prepare them for their roles, no studies have been found which have implemented this component. To address this gap, FIU Embrace designed and piloted the Embrace Mentoring Program, abbreviated to the EMP, in fall 2018 to support students during the transition process. The design of the EMP involved two key components. The first component involves weekly meetings between the mentors and their respective mentee. These were designed to take place once a week for 1 hour on campus in a private space agreed upon by both mentor and mentee. The unique and second component of the EMP were workshops designed to provide training to dyads which aim to enhance the skills necessary to be more effective in their respective roles. Details on these workshops will be provided on the next slide. In the design phase, we identified that it was imperative that mentors were committed individuals who would be able to provide ongoing academic support and career guidance to the students, aligned with the mentees' goals. As such, faculty and staff from within the university community were identified as suitable prospective mentors. On this slide, you will see an overview of the workshops which were designed for both mentors and mentees. All workshops and its content were created at FIU Embrace with a thorough review of literature and aligned with the needs of this specific student population. A total of 6 workshops were created, although dyads only attended the orientation and closing ceremony together. The remaining 4 workshops were designed for each respective group. For example, mentors attended workshops covering program basics, disability awareness, essential mentor skills, and communication and employability. Mentees attended similar workshops designed to allow mentors and mentees to put the knowledge and skills into practice and reinforce each other during weekly dyad meetings. To allow an evaluation of the EMP to inform continuous improvements, 3 major data collection efforts were undertaken. First, for weekly dyad meetings, a weekly mentor log was created to allow mentors to assess and comment on the students' progress and share any concerns with program staff. This log constitutes of Likert, open-ended, and yes-no questions. Second, to evaluate workshops that mentors and mentees attended, we assessed knowledge acquisition from pre- and post-workshop. For each of the workshops, except for the orientation and closing ceremony, a pre-post test was created, which largely comprised of 10 true or false statements. To evaluate the overall EMP program and gather feedback from both mentors and mentees on meetings and workshops, an end-of-semester survey was designed. This comprised of both Likert and open-ended questions also. All of these evaluation tools were available for mentors and mentees to complete via a link to an online, secure, HIPAA-compliant platform. With the design in place, the EMP was implemented in fall 2018 and spring 2019. 31 faculty and staff members from across the university campus were recruited voluntarily. They signed informed consents detailing a 2-semester commitment, and background checks were completed. Mentors received a stipend of $400 each semester. Mentors were required to meet with their mentee once a week and attend 6 mentoring workshops as scheduled throughout the academic year. All 35 students enrolled at FIU Embrace participated as mentees. After consenting to participate in the mentoring program and this study, they were matched with a faculty or staff mentor. Mentees were also required to meet with their mentor once a week and attend 6 mentoring workshops. After dyads attended the orientation session together, the weekly hour-long mentoring meetings commenced. To ensure that mentors had background information on their mentee, program staff provided them with the academic and employment goals of their respective students identified during the STAR PCP. Mentors had significant flexibility regarding the style and strategies employed during each mentoring session, and as a result, each dyad relationship was unique. However, common activities during meetings included helping students with emails, follow-up and creation of weekly tasks to ensure progress with the STAR PCP goals, and support with building a resume and interviewing. Workshops were scheduled over the academic year, and each session lasted between 1 to 2 hours and was conducted in the following sequence: administration of a pre-knowledge acquisition test, workshop presentation, open discussion and activity, and post-knowledge acquisition test. All data was collected at identified intervals. There was also ongoing and open communication between the program team and the faculty mentors and mentees. The ability for the program team to be responsive to the mentors whenever any issues came up was helpful in keeping the mentor engaged. Here is an example of a slide covered with student mentees during their workshops. It reminds students of some ground rules to help them develop boundaries and behaviors necessary for employment success. At the end of spring 2019, data from the pilot EMP was analyzed. Data collected from the workshop pre-post test was statistically analyzed using SPSS. To provide a brief overview on the analysis techniques utilized, a degree of correctness score and an average pre- and post-workshop score was generated. This allowed 8 paired sample t-tests to be conducted to examine if knowledge increased from before and after each of the workshops. The Bonferroni correction was applied to paired sample t-tests to control for multiple comparisons. Findings revealed that only one workshop demonstrated statistically significant knowledge acquisition before and after attendance. This was the Disability Awareness Workshop for Mentors. No mentee workshops were found to have significant change in knowledge acquisition. To evaluate the overall EMP program, we analyzed the data from the end of semester surveys using frequencies and a 1-sample t-test. On this survey, mentors and mentees were asked 3 Likert scale questions. The first 2 questions for both mentors and mentees, as seen on the slide, were rated on a 4-point scale ranging from 1, strongly disagree, to 4, strongly agree. Results from both mentor and mentees indicated that they were clear about their respective roles and received sufficient training from the workshops. The third question, please rate the value of the workshops you attended, was also rated on a 4-point scale ranging from 1, poor, to 4, excellent, and the majority of mentors and mentees indicated that the workshops were good or excellent. The open-ended questions from the end of semester survey was analyzed using thematic analysis appropriate for qualitative data. 3 broad themes emerged from the data providing feedback on the EMP program. These were related to content, style, and logistics. In regards to workshop content, mentors shared that the disability awareness, communication, and essential mentor skilled workshops were the most beneficial. However, mentors agreed in the need for additional disability training, which could be applied directly to their weekly dyad meetings. An overwhelming number of mentors stated a need to know their mentee's specific disability, which would allow them to understand their abilities better. In regards to workshop style, mentors and mentees agreed that the orientation session was helpful and valuable. Both expressed the need for increased interaction among and between mentor and mentee groups. The final theme related to the logistics of workshops emerged. Mentors expressed scheduling conflicts with the dates and times of the workshops, and as such, it was suggested to offer workshops through an online format. In addition, most mentors commented on the need for workshops to be offered earlier in the fall semester or even offered before the official start of the program, versus having staggered workshops spread over the two academic semesters. The sequence of the workshops was also found to be important, with mentors sharing the need to prioritize the disability awareness workshop. Despite the valuable and interesting findings, this study did face some limitations inherent in a pilot study. For example, there was a small sample size of mentors who attended the workshops, which may have also contributed to the lack of statistically significant findings. In addition, there is the limitation that mentors and mentees did not differ significantly in their responses on the pre and post test. There may be several explanations for this, such as the questions being too easy or perhaps even too difficult to understand. With the evaluation data from the pilot year to guide continuous improvement efforts, a revised and improved EMP was facilitated for its second year in fall 2019. The following changes and improvements were made to the EMP. First, to acknowledge logistical issues with mentor schedules, a webinar version of all the 4 workshops was created by FIU Embrace for mentors staying on in their roles. Second, many mentors had expressed the need to know their mentee's specific disability. However, due to HIPAA and privacy laws, this cannot be disclosed. Instead, it was determined that the program team would share some of the challenges that mentees face due to their disability with the assigned mentor. Third, there has been increased efforts to provide support to the mentors. From the program's perspective, this has been the key to keeping mentors engaged and continuing in their role for subsequent academic years. With this increased engagement efforts, it has also been possible to ensure that students receive consistent messages from program staff and mentors, limiting confusion. Fourth, program staff makes deliberate efforts to ensure that the mentors and mentees are matched not only by their mutual availability, but also by the faculty mentor's approach and student interests. And finally, an emphasis for mentors and mentees to view this relationship as a professional one has been crucial. Significant effort is made to ensure that this relationship does not evolve into a personal one, where boundaries can become blurry. As a result, mentors are discouraged from providing their personal cell phone number or emails. In addition, all meetings must take place on campus and no off-site meetings are allowed. Ultimately, findings demonstrate promise in the EMP program, supporting students with ID transition into a post-secondary environment. By providing both mentorship training to mentors and mentees and an opportunity for formal weekly meetings, it is possible for dyads to become more competent in their roles and for student outcomes to improve. As such, other post-secondary institutions should look to develop a mentoring program which incorporates a formal training of dyads to support its students with ID. Thank you for your time and listening to this presentation. Please let us know if you have any questions and have a great day.